That was the second time I've strived at a cabin, Tijuana.
Oh, and I'll
Sorry,
tell you
sorry.
something. I got something I gotta get off my chest.
Look, that donkey had it coming. All right.
Wow.
What? What?
Dog.
I
Was?
just,
Did you
I
say
would
Hi.
was or had it? What?
Hi, everybody on the internet.
yeah.
Whoa.
Good morning, good evening, and everything in between.
Hi, all you
So
One and
doggies
only.
out there.
yeah, I really
It was
want
the
to
one and only
imagine you
time I
say
did
all
get
that,
the.
in a throne room. Just
In a throne room.
random stuff.
That is cool.
Yeah,
Okay, so we all
Sometimes
know
I'm
how
like, you
great
might be
Esther
wearing
is
that.
in throne rooms.
yeah,
I'm
I
like
know.
doing your laundry. I'm like,
He's
I
already
trying to-
demanding fish.
I
It's
expect
yours?
great things.
Oh, that was Riley's. Jesus Christ. This guy still.
Oh wow. So yeah, you've got
A
the
body.
throne room in front of you. The body got dropped
Yes.
off at the gate, so that's a good
Oh, yeah.
thing. You can
Have I
still,
given the
you know.
armor and shield and everything to dude that I was with while we were waiting,
I
or
wouldn't think
did
so
he not
because
take it from
you
me?
like flew off the second you saw a bunch of dragons. Um,
No,
so
but
you
yeah,
might
but the
just
guy
have taken it
escorted
with
me
you.
back to land, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And then I talked
But
to them,
they.
and that's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. The dragons that I flew off to talk to, like that.
Yeah.
He landed with me. Would I have given it to him then? Because I offered it to him. Would he have
That
taken
would
it, or
be
would he have
like
waited?
I would not even think that he would have like taken it because he's kind of high officer and he wouldn't have he doesn't, he probably wouldn't have taken a kind of pretty messy
Ooh,
looking
Doctor, that
uh
20.
bit of gear
Dropping a dub on him.
right there and then. He did take like
So he's a
he made a
bitch.
note of
Got
it.
it.
You know,
Whoa.
could have dirtied his stuff, so he probably didn't touch it.
Esther, also, can I do an insight check to also make a note of this?
Oh yeah, make an insight check. I mean, it's a fact that he didn't take it, so that's one thing you get just like that. I might tell you a little bit more.
Yeah, I wanna know why he wouldn't take one of. It's gone. Yeah, it's got big and then the screen got small, and now I don't see dice. So
It's the second longest relationship I've ever been. Damn, bro.
Wow.
Damn.
okay, so oh, there's the dice. There they go. Oh hell yeah, that's a 23.
Okay.
Let's go. I don't
Yeah,
see
from
it,
just
but
the kind of way he looks at the, everything you show
there
him.
it is.
You've got this. He looks mildly interested in as long as he like the beat that he needs to find out that that's like just from the looks of it is the armor of someone that belonged to roughly their army in some way, so just this identifying little beat, but his interest like fades pretty quickly, and he's like, even if you like hold it out to him, he just really like seriously doesn't seem to get this idea in his head to
Twinning.
even like take it from you or anything. This is not a person that's used to ever carrying anything for anyone else. Definitely, like it just never crosses his mind. Very obviously, just doesn't. You kind of probably would get from that he normally has a bunch of people around him that do that for him. Like he's not the one who's actually gonna carry stuff like that.
Yeah,
What
I
you
like
will
hold
not
it out.
know, like what you won't be quite sure of is if it's just like their general hierarchy, so to speak, or if it's a personal thing, like just for him, because you don't have any, you can't really compare to anyone else at this point. So that would be up to you to interpret.
Yeah. So, in Draconic, I would say over to the dragon, after holding the stuff out for a second, and him just, like, basically dismissing it, I'd, like, bring it back over and be like, alright, so, is it just this guy that sucks, or is it, like, the general, everybody sucks? Like, because this guy's shit, this guy's terrible, right? Like, is he this shitty all the time? Like, this is his guy's stuff, he just doesn't even... Alright, I ain't even deal. Which way, excuse me, kind dragon, sir. Which direction does somebody who gives a fuck?
Well, I give a fuck, Esther.
Yeah, that would have definitely been, like, the interaction, like, right before everybody showed up.
Yes.
And I've been like, oh, there's some people that give a fuck. How you guys doing?
Yeah. There's not a lot of reaction one way or another, and you just rolled a pretty high insight check. You like probably might feel like that's in a way a good thing, because any reaction could have been just someone being very pissed off and trying to do something about it. It's more like, yeah, there's not a lot of actual reaction to. If anything, there's a couple of people trying to not look in your direction, like to not associate themselves with you right now, just in case.
I mean, we are showing up
they
like
look
hillbillies.
away.
We
Yeah.
are showing up like hillbillies. We're talking super crass. We're in a farming cart. Like, it makes sense.
Yeah, it's a bit strange because they still have some sort of there's some respect in their bearing generally that you might not.
Alright, but let's be real here. I have talked shit to gods and kings legitimately the entire time I've been here. So this guy is literally nothing to me. He does not matter to me at all. Like, Esther doesn't even register on the scale. Sure. He legitimately turns around and is like, come on, little B, this guy's a piece of fucking shit. And just walks off. Like, he does not care about this guy at all. He treats his dragon bad. He fucking treats his men bad. He has no respect for this man.
Well, where are you going, Esther?
I'm going to talk to somebody who gives a shit. You guys coming or what? Let's go. Come on. That's the big building, right? I assume that's where the rich people live.
You're now entering the actual throne room area.
Are we? So okay, we're leaving the cart out in the courtyard area, I'm assuming, and hopping off. Is that the idea?
Unhitch the horses, ride the horses right into the palace.
I don't want to ride a horse. What if they shit on the floor?
Yeah, I think they need a break.
Oh, if
high columns framing. This is the like the courtyard in this, like the palace area, does have there's some space in the middle, but it seems like most of this throne room is big enough to serve as a courtyard in a lot of ways. It's just also roofed, which it's big and it's quite gaudy. There's a bunch of big gilded or maybe golden lion statues, the height of a kind of average person height, just kind of lining a dais that leads to the actual throne, and there's just actually quite a lot of people in there, just kind of shuffling along the sides that are just doing some kinds of jobs in there, probably, that more like looking down, not really trying to be all that visible. Yeah. Other than that, there's quite obviously, or probably the king of this sits on the throne.
Yeah, I would have.
Next to him, there's
I
a
would
woman.
definitely direct Sherwin not to like leave the cart well outside of any kind of grand palace or anything.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty easy because you can actually like the.
Are the dragons on the ground? There's also like guards, stuff like that, like out in front. Who would, I guess, looking around, who would be in this situation? Who seems like they're in charge? As far as before we get inside.
I am. I'm in charge of this group.
Soren's definitely looking around, not voicing that out loud.
I'm just standing there, like, waving my hand, like, ooh, pick me. Hurry. Soren. Like, Sherwin doesn't give a shit. Esther's not giving a fuck. Like,
I mean, I don't think I'm in charge. What about the Oracle?
Esther's definitely just riding Little B like up in there.
Is there yeah, I'm just trying to think of physical proximity. I jump off the cart seat. Who would I talk to? Who's closest?
dude, guys, we lost Archie. Let's go. Let's get in there. Let's take everything and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Let's go, dude. DMs, dude.
Robin
fucking,
Blind.
Yeah, kids are left home alone. Let's go. Let's go.
We just start narrating ourselves. Okay, so the Dragonlords all suddenly bow down.
All right,
all
I've
of us.
killed the Emperor.
They wheel out a stone with a sword in it, and I pull it out.
I got one of those lion statues in the car.
I'm now named king of this land.
I want to be the queen.
The once and future king of Mitros. Soren.
D&D is about seizing opportunity, fellas.
I hope everything's okay with Archie, though.
And I tamed all the dragons. They're my friends now.
There you go. We did it. We just won the game, guys.
I learned a 9th level wish spell, and I turned all the dragons into an airship.
Oh my
my God,
gosh.
Yeah, and it's a crazy airship too. Like
it's an awesome airship, but there's no more dragons. All the dragons are extinct. They became one really awesome airship.
I built and patented escalators.
I resummoned.
What's up?
I resummoned Squig.
Oh,
Look at
now
all
you got
these
one
stairs.
dragon. You got one dragon and your airship. Everything came up escalated.
And the only dragon in the whole world.
I die of old age in a bed peacefully.
After the day that your temple has finished construction.
Yep.
And then from forever on, people talked about seeing Sherwin's ghost within the temple that he created.
Pretty hot.
Never
Just
leave.
napping in random places.
That's exactly it. Just like you just see a discarded blanket, you go to grab it, it disappears.
Yeah, it's just like you just hear, oh.
Has anybody seen my blanket?
Oh,
So sorry.
She's
Archie,
back.
You were gone for a second. You
Yeah.
know, no DM around. So we went in. We killed everybody in the palace.
Yeah.
We have everything. This is
I
Mitros
figured.
and Cars now.
Yeah, we won.
I created and patented escalators, so that's canon. you
They
know.
wheeled out a
Buddy,
sword and
against my
stone.
friend.
Soren pulled the sword of the stone, became the once and future king of Mitros. Esther, he's taking care of all the dragons now. Everything's tame.
I have a Costco pallet of fruit snacks. You were gone.
Also, I found 10 gold.
That actually.
And a staff of power.
All right.
Oh no!
we're
Oh
done.
no! Did she disappear again?
Oh, we did it, guys! Get more. 2 pallets. I got 2 pallets.
Okay, come on. Go ahead. We invented Costco and brought that to the world.
I mean, they need it. I mean,
We are
freaking-
Costco.
$1.50 hot
yeah.
dogs.
So patented the railway system after the Dragon airship because I was like, if I have the only airship and I had to make it out of all the dragons, like, it makes sense that I should make money off of all the plebes that have to walk.
I mean, we just bring toxic capitalism to this world and just become like billionaires.
Yeah,
and
we're, yeah,
own
I was gonna say
everything.
we each take one of the major industries. Like somebody's got to take oil. I'll take the railroads. We already have the industrial person doing all the building. So like, yeah, we just need food and water, and then we're in there.
Oh,
Right, yeah,
Sherwin
start
dabs.
polluting
He'll
the
take
oceans,
oil.
polluting the livers. There you go.
It's real.
Magic, so we can get rid of the pollution, so we can keep our gig going indefinitely.
Well, it was a good game, guys. Thanks for playing. Glad we won. All
We
right.
beat-
I guess
Woo!
that's it.
Yeah, we
Titans.
indeed.
We
Yeah,
beat
see
the
you guys.
Titans by becoming lords of capitalism.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and we just paid them off, and now they work for us.
We poisoned their environment so much they could no longer survive, and then we just dipped to another plane.
We're
Yeah.
horrible players.
We're like
Sounds
locusts
about
going from
right,
plane to
weirdly.
plane, spreading capitalism.
And this is how America was born.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah. No, I was
Just
just trying to be,
Just four guys going through a hole.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Is that in the
Just-
Constitution? What the fuck? Gross.
Whose hole? What?
Benjamin, don't write it down.
Okay, hold on. Stop.
Alright, go ahead.
We're in front.
We're
We
done,
got
we're
Archie.
done.
All right.
Archie,
We're
she's
done.
good.
We're back. Sorry.
Signal's good. Let's not waste it.
Sorry.
Yeah. So I might have to like yeah, you do have 4 people in front of you right now. There is what obviously seems to be like the king on his throne. There's a smaller still throne looking thing that a woman sits on that eyes you like very, very closely. There's also a tiefling standing right next to both of them on the left. And there's a very military looking guy that looks a lot like the person that didn't take the armor on the right.
Okay. We ditched the cart and everything outside. Soren will straighten his robes, trying to clean them up as much as possible, prestidigitate a little bit, get the wrinkles out. I'll look over everybody else, make sure they're as clean as possible.
Yeah, once I get cleaned up, I'll spit in my hands and rub it on my head to make sure my
Your
hair
hair
is
looks good.
good.
I'll give you a nod of
Mister
approval.
is fully cleaned back cleaning himself.
Your
Sure.
calf leg,
Rub some in my
your
eyes.
cow leg just pops right back up on Solomon's hair.
Yeah. The other thing that, because I can't really share pictures the way I wanted to today, is that I'm going to say that Sherwin, you have seen the king before.
I have seen the king before.
Yeah. Yeah, you got sent
Oh.
this picture.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
recognize
I'm
the
sure
face.
that's fine.
Okay, guys, let's
Um,
keep it right. Let's keep it good. Keep it calm. Everybody talk kind. Like, remember, this is a king. We
All
got
right,
off
so
the rock.
who's gonna take this fucking armor?
We got off of the wrong foot with Pythor. Let's try again. This is a fresh start. This one's important, guys. This one's important.
As it says that, someone comes from the shadows between those big columns and just kind of
Oh, hello.
very respectfully offers to take the pieces of armor from you and the shield. And
Yeah, I have
that.
set up like all nice, and I hand it to him. And like,
Yeah,
Thank
it's a kind of young guy, just very timidly takes it and then with a lot of things goes back into the shadows and then stands there for a second and doesn't really know what to do with it. And then someone else comes to him.
before he leaves, I say, the thing that killed him is, and then I would tell him like a general location that Me, Hippogriff, ran off.
Yeah. You know, you tell him all that. He's very, very like quiet himself, and just a little. Yes. Yeah. And he goes back to his like spot that he's seemingly been assigned to, and then you see it like a minute later, someone else comes because he stands there, doesn't know what to do with the stuff right now. But then another person comes over, fully cloaked. You don't really see who that might be. Like there's a very nice red cloak. Takes this and whispers to that person that's probably just attending the throne room.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, but you do see those 4 people all kind of looking quite expectantly at you.
Excuse me.
Can I do an insight check on the back of the red cloak?
We haven't said anything yet. Just looking at a guy looking weird.
Go up to, a bit closer to that throne, and look like they might want to work with you. So after cleaning yourselves in your various ways, I think you might do that, right?
Sure.
Oh yeah.
You're smart now. You're an intelligent guy. You got this together, right? You're good with people.
I feel like I'm pretty smart now, but
Yeah.
I feel like this guy. I feel like he might be like a dream walker or something.
What do you mean?
I mean, I've seen this guy in my dreams before.
Wait, which dreams? The Poseidon dream? The Poseidon dreams or the regular dreams?
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to differentiate the two. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Say honest, see, the thing is about, sometimes, I feel like my brain used to move a little too slow from my mouth, and now I feel like my brain moves a little too fast from my mouth sometimes.
I get that.
So, when I was sleeping last time, and you guys made it so everything was everything was all good, and we were waiting for Esther to come back. See, I had a dream that night, and it wasn't a bad dream. I didn't think it was very prevalent but that guy said, take him to your realm forever. But I've never seen him before, but I see him right now.
Wait, take him where forever?
Take him to your realm forever, like a place, like a place.
Like we should take the king back to where? What did you call Eberron?
Oh, I don't know how to get back there.
Wait, so you're saying the king was saying that we should take someone to the realm forever, or the dream was saying we should take the king to our realm forever?
Well, see,
I love these secret huddles. These are great.
See that guy right there, and I just blatantly point at him.
And we all look at him.
That guy.
Huddled up, like, this is bad, man.
I was just about to say, I mean, you're standing in the middle of a very big room, but all the people around seem to kind of look at you as you kind of huddle, and
We're just like, you mean the king? You're saying the king?
Yeah.
None of us have court experience at all.
We're not doing great.
Are you a dream walker, sir? I've seen you in my dreams before. You were telling me to oh yeah.
What
He's a pretty dreamy.
Sherwin, I thought we were going to figure out whether or not.
Gosh,
you didn't tell us. You didn't tell us if he said that we were supposed to take him, or someone else said we were supposed to take him.
Well, I didn't know it was gonna be him, guys.
Let's see what he says. Ask him about it.
Give him a formal greeting. Introduce us first. What is going on here?
He asked him if
That's not a greeting.
Are you a dream walker, sir?
Your Highness, I'd like to introduce Sherwin, leader of his order and priest of
The mud.
the creator. I think that's what we've said.
Oh yes,
Esther,
yes.
the mighty dragon knight, back his dragon, and
Oh, that's what you're going with?
Solomon, the
Mine's gonna be cool as
Solomon,
fuck.
Solomon, Solomon Paladin of Bahamut, uh, and protector of the realm.
Children. He's a
My
protector of children.
should
Love kids. I love kids.
yeah. It's
Okay.
almost like he's one of them.
And he fully
Um,
looks like a kid right now.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's almost like he's one of them. He gets along well with other children. I am
Love
I am Soren, master of the arcane arts.
He's
Pleased
really
to meet
smart.
you, Your
selling
Honor,
himself short.
Highness, King.
Dragon Knight, though?
He
All right,
there's a
that's
slight
cool.
I mean, I
grin
don't know
on
what
his
else to say.
face.
What do you call you a pirate?
Just to make like to gauge the general impact that has, could you make a performance or maybe a persuasion roll if you want to, just be persuasive about it?
I'm also
Can I,
leaning
can I-
back on
It's kind of
Demetria
general, so
right now.
persuasion would be.
It's the same bonus. So.
Can I
Yeah.
I'll do
can
a
I
performance.
cast minor illusion to kind of try to sell us up a little bit and provide aid
Sure.
or help?
Yeah. Then that would be
Okay.
Yeah. Advantage.
I'll take
Like,
it.
I'm
I'll take it.
laying on Demetria, playing the squids.
He's
Perfect,
just stuttering the
perfect.
whole time.
It's
like,
just
spitting a
just
little
as
bit.
awkward
Oh.
as I deliver. It's basically the same
Yeah.
as I delivered it. Like it's
Yeah.
spot on.
Okay.
They do good.
So the people around this just look at you
It's
in a
probably fine.
sort of baffled way. Don't quite know what to say, and there's quite like there's a yeah. I'd say it's kind of, it looks like he's being entertained. The king looks like there's a grin, and he looks like he finds it kind of funny in a way. Like it might. He doesn't really seem to take you all that seriously as you introduce every single one of you, but
Oh my god, you
seems
guys
to
have
like the
hippogriffs.
distraction. It's maybe a little bit more of feeling of being the court jester than anything else right now for you. The king just kind of answers your introductions with welcome, heroes of the Heartlands, as you might be called by now. Welcome.
Oh,
You're my
that's a-
honored guest.
It's a good one.
Preferred Dragonlords, but that one is we should definitely add that one.
Yeah, we already do have the title of Dragon Lords that was bestowed upon us by Kyra.
People are calling us Hero of the Heartlands. Like, other people have names for us. That's cool.
I mean,
That's the first time somebody had a good name for me. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I guess
does not
Kyra,
seem
Vulcan, and Pythor
Yeah.
all kind of acknowledge us as Dragonlords, didn't they?
Yeah. I mean, but yeah,
100%.
that's
Just-
kind of what we
name-
are.
This is 100% me just name dropping. I'm trying to
Yeah.
Oh, and I'll just call it out and be like, no, they didn't.
Wait,
They
what do
never
you
called
mean
us
they didn't?
Dragonlords. No, we called ourselves Dragonlords a bunch. They
But-
just were
Well,
like,
they didn't
shit.
protest. I mean, the Oracle
Yeah.
called us Dragonlords, and Kyra
I mean,
agreed with the
we
Oracle.
So much for them. Like, shit. They should call us
Alright, say I
Dragonlords
don't know
by
why
now,
my friend's
goddamn.
already lying.
I
This
mean,
is like
and
a
Vulcan reforged
thing
re-
playing out in front of the king.
Vulcan reforged some of the Dragonlord artifacts for us.
Oh,
I mean, so that he
yeah.
acknowledged us as
They haven't
Dragonlords.
called us the Dragonlords.
I do
He
have
didn't
I do
say
have
it,
this.
But does he have to?
I take the hammer axe and just shove it up above my head.
Okay.
I'm
Hold
just
up,
like,
hold
I'm
up your
wearing the
shield. Hold up your
breastplate,
shield.
but it's underneath all my stuff.
There's
I guess
Yeah,
I would
Yeah.
pull down my cloak a little bit and then show
Okay.
the breastplate.
If Esther's close by,
That's a
Sword will
weird
walk
gesture.
over and kind of spread his cloak over his shoulders so his breastplate's like
yeah.
visible, and I'll gesture to Solomon to lift his shield up so people can see.
I have my shield on my back, so I'll turn
I'm still
around and
just playing with
flex.
squigs.
Okay, so one just turns his back to the throne, another one just kind of opens the cloak a little bit.
I have been fully laying
Yeah.
down on Belmetria this whole time. Like,
Yes. Okay.
We're doing great.
Yep. And if anything, you would be surprised by the, let's say, like lack of oohs and ahs around the room as you kind of, drop the name Dragonlord. There's very little reaction. Some people seem to like look maybe a little bit closer at the dragon that's by your side. But there's no general, the, big heroes have come or anything like that you could make out in the room.
Does the king
like we fully know we're short on dragons. Like,
does the king react to the name of the gods when we drop those?
He does seem a little bit, I would almost call it like impatient, like he's got something to say that is like he looks a bit, he's trying to make this into a more straight conversation, and that seems to be his first thing on his mind right now. There might be some recognition. If you want, you can like try to make an insight check on him to figure out how much of his little reaction actually might mean. Yeah, so he doesn't seem to react all that much. He's a really like difficult to read person, because at least right now, because there seems to be some like, yeah, he just wants to obviously like talk or say something, and seems to be either, it could be distraction, it could be just disinterest. It's hard to tell. He's like half listening to most of what you say.
If I get that vibe, I'll definitely kind of awkwardly drown off and just kind of focus on him until he wants to finish.
All right. So as you kind of, as he starts his little, speech, I'll, name it at least. There's another young woman coming, like from somewhere behind the throne, and kind of joins the other people already standing there, very quietly though, and just kind of stands off to the side, right next to the soldier-looking guy. And the king just continues, like trying to make it look like he, like it's a very normal conversation, not weird in some way. He just goes, well, the oracle's prophecy has apparently angered Sidon. That much is clear. You are the ones who were foretold to confront the Titans and restore the balance to Thydea.
Do you talk to Sidon too?
Oh, he's like stuttering for a second, and just goes back to a more regal look. Like for a second, you stumped him somehow, and then he just goes, I have decided you must be the ones who decide how we resolve our current crisis.
I'm kind of in a constant crisis.
Well, that seems kind of unfair, doesn't it? What's the crisis? And maybe we'll help. How about that?
He goes on to explain that they have been experiencing a very odd thunderstorms with lightning that struck down some of the smaller quarters of the city, getting closer to the palace area.
Oh, that's Sidon for sure.
Burning down parts of the city, basically.
100% that's sad.
He's pretty good at that.
So, yeah, the problem that he seems to have is basically that Sidon has been angered. It's a bit like you might be reminded of a Sidon denying water to Astoria in a way. The city seems to have the problem of being kind of like burned to the ground in like little bits.
Yeah, I think that might have been my fault.
Like you tell him that, he would probably
100%.
just look at you and just go, I'm not entirely sure if you have
Now,
that sort of power.
Oh well, I didn't think I
But if
did, but
you please do solve this problem.
oh well, I'll try my best.
So there's the first thing that he just kind of goes on saying, as you say, well, might be my fault. So I would hope that you would be able to solve this with some kind of maybe magic. Can you stop this kind of storm magic going on?
You,
There must be some powerful
you know,
spells
so
that
I'm gonna
can
be
be used.
perfectly honest with you. I'm not gonna be able to solve too much of anything until I have a little bit of a nap.
Okay. His face drops a little bit,
um,
like, you know, there was some hope.
so
It has been a long
Eberron
journey.
has airships, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would they probably know what lightning rods are?
Well, they might have. Let's say there might be like a general idea that things that are higher might, you know, get struck more often. So they might have something like
Could
sacrificial parts of buildings. I wouldn't say they're far enough to really like use lightning rods in that sense, maybe. But yeah, a little bit more like
so
diodes that you put on a bridge so they rust instead of the bridge. Something like that, probably, you know, in just a more like, you know.
alright, flying ships. Lightning rods. So
Yeah,
I
but he
know
seems
that
to,
if
you know,
I'm
ask you.
flying, it's dangerous.
Yes.
I
Yes.
guess. Yeah, I was trying to figure out a way to like help without like not like fix the problem fully, but like mitigate it a little bit until we're able to
Yeah.
like fix the problem. Because yeah, I was
Gotcha.
trying to think. 'Cause
Yeah, you
I'm
might
just
have,
not
you know,
smart.
there might be
It
the
would
idea.
have to be something I derived off of my experience, you know.
Yeah, yeah. There would be, you know, generally, I think uh, airships in any way would also, you know, tend to try to avoid lightning storms if at all possible,
For
because
sure.
that
Yeah.
is a good way to, you know, crash. But it's not. The problem with this is that, I mean, you've had a look across the city. Um, this looks a little bit like some kind of like just from looking across the city, it's weird in that way that you've had those, you know, little like pockmarks of burnt houses everywhere, just across the whole city. So right now it doesn't look like there's a certain area that's being concentrated on, but Acastus just said that it kind of seems to converge towards the center of the city. So it probably started in the outskirts. That, you know, a few of the houses of just less important people got hit, but it's been getting more and more like targeted at higher ranks.
Do the storms always come from the same direction and then head this way?
Oh, they tend to just converge from whatever direction seems to be convenient at that point, mostly from the sea, and he just kind of points southward. But
Yeah, that
yeah,
tracks.
About how long have these been going on?
Oh, well, uh, it's been a few weeks now, maybe two,
R-
that it's been
roughly like 2.5,
going on.
almost 3 weeks.
Oh, that might be, yes. I'm not entirely sure when, the first few times we might not have realized what was happening.
G-
Uh,
g-
but it's
guys,
been obvious.
guys, I'm pretty sure this is my fault.
How could it be your fault? You
Well,
don't summon storms.
no, but I pissed off Sidon.
About 2 to 3
We all
Well,
pissed off
all
Sidon
right.
when we stole it. We
So-
stole his sacrifice, killed his general, and drove off his army.
Yeah, but
We all
yeah,
pissed off Sidon.
yeah, but I really pissed him off.
Yeah, but Sherwin.
Like, personally.
Like, they were at war before. The only reason they're not right now is some kind of crazy god contract.
So
Hold on,
And
guys.
that's
Yeah,
about to
remember this.
expire. So this whole
Exactly.
thing, they was already real pissed off at each other.
Well,
It
hold
didn't
on,
matter
Esther,
what
hold
we
on.
didn't
No,
matter
it
what
is-
we did.
Esther,
Didn't matter what we
Soren.
did. The Titans were about to break out.
Esther and Soren, give Sherwin a chance to talk. I'm pretty sure you really fucked up your show and you might have just doomed this whole city to die. But, what else were you going to say there, Sherwin?
well, I'm pretty sure you hit the nail right with the hammer right there. But see,
That's fuck-
when I didn't turn Kyra over, gosh, that's the first promise I ever broke in my entire life.
Hey, you must feel
Okay, sure.
terrible.
Hold on. Is there any solid? Stop. Is there any correlation between you and this city?
Well, no, but there's a very strong correlation between the time where I pissed off Sidon and this stuff happening.
Right. But what you're describing is kind of like a child upsetting their parent, right? And then they go next door and whoop the neighbor's child, right? Like that makes no sense. This makes no sense. Why would they attack
mean,
Nitros
I
because
would-
you pissed them
I'd
off?
probably do that.
Like, we
Yeah.
fully have a house in the other city and everything.
Yeah,
now.
we
It
have
was
like
a
we
whole lot of-
we were
like,
helping.
We got friends. We have
We're
a
building
church
a
that we're
temple
building.
there.
Yeah,
Like
like
we
it
have a whole
doesn't make a
life
whole lot
in the
of
other
sense
city.
for them to attack this city.
Well,
I think
there's
Sherwin's
no
making
way.
I mean,
Sherwin's making a solid point here, but you know what, bud? We got you back.
I mean, above
Alright.
board, there's so many reasons for him to attack that city, but like where we're sitting at as characters, we're just like, nah, if he's trying to hurt us, that'd be
Yeah.
stupid to attack this city.
If the
Sorry, guys,
Dragon
why-
Lords are the ancestral enemy of the Titans, then that means they're just attacking the city of their biggest villain or their biggest arch rival.
gosh, what if they knew that we were coming here though?
Maybe they did.
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
It's a huddle.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure they did.
I could almost bet on it at this point in time. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, Sherwin. They're in your dreams.
Oh, I
So I'm
I
gonna
know.
Assume they just know
Right.
everything. that we're doing.
We know that you pissed off Sidon. That's why he sent a lady and a small dragon to mess us up.
I still
why-
very
that's
much
where-
believe that was sad.
We're,
That was
King,
the
if I may-
consequences. That
We're-
was the consequences of your actions.
Speak
that
on
dragon's
behalf
right
of
there.
entirely- King, if I may speak on behalf of entirely our party, it
Okay.
seems that we have an enemy in common. Alright?
That
And-
sounds good.
My teacher
What?
used
What?
to say an enemy of a friend and an enemy is an enemy, something like that. So it sounds like we have a similar problem, and we will take care of this for you free of charge.
Sea anemone.
So
Free of-
I take it you
Free
can.
Free of
object to
charge.
the last
So I
part
take
of
it
that
you
statement.
can change.
We
the
were
weather
never.
then?
When did we
Yeah, we'll
start
go kill 'em.
charging?
That's why I said free of
You
charge.
guys
We never
haven't been
charged,
charging?
never charged anybody. Yeah, that's what
Why do
we
you think
did.
I keep taxing every job that we do?
Talk to your friends.
Wait,
in
what are we
Esther.
volunteering for?
We're gonna,
Well, I
Fuck up
understand you
Sidon.
will change the weather and rid us of this.
Change the
incoming-
weather.
easy. Yeah.
Well, he just said so,
What?
didn't he?
Does
easy
anybody have
cheese.
weather magic? I don't have weather magic.
Well, I
Do you
mean,
have weather magic?
All right, I need
Yeah, I
a
do.
blue
And
dragon, and I need a red dragon, and I also need probably 2 topaz dragons, and then I feel like I could get that done for you.
I can make some water.
That's
I
not. I
mean,
don't think
honestly,
that helps.
honestly,
As you
Your
kind of
Highness,
panic about this part, this commander, this soldier person, obviously pretty high ranking, kind of steps up a little bit. All the others stand like one step below the king, so there's like one little piece of this dais that's kind of reserved for the king, it seems, and then they stand around just a tiny little bit lower than him. And just goes, well, if you've asked me, I can point you to the Temple of the Five. I'm sure if you just smash it to pieces, we'll be fine too. I'm sure Sidon is all just angry because it still exists, and we should
Oh,
destroy it.
oh, really, big guy? Is that how you
Uh,
fix all your problems? You just swing a sword at it?
I mean, yeah, I could
Well,
do
we've
that. What do you
ended
want me to
Sidon,
smash?
so this is a way to make him
all right.
like
So
us again.
Wait, so
they're
you want to
scared.
destroy?
They're
So you
scared
want to
of Saturn.
side with side with the guy that's burning your city down?
Well,
You want to you want to
one of
help
the
him
very
more?
first things you learn, if you have an army that's much stronger than you, fighting it is not the
Then you
right thing.
capitulate and you surrender and
I've
you give over
actually
your king?
legitimately
What?
never
What?
learned
Who
that
are
lesson.
you? Who is this guy?
No, hold on. No, hear him out. Hear him out. He's got a lot of dragons. It sounds
He's
like he's just like.
surrendering.
Hold on. No, listen. Hold
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
He's got a lot of
they're
dragons.
fully
I'm sure he
given.
knows. It sounds like he
Solomon,
knows what he's talking about.
you
It
you
sounds
want to
like.
surrender?
Listen to me. This guy knows a lot. He looks like a man of tactic, a man of
Okay.
war.
Do you
And
like
hold on.
Kyra?
Let me finish my point. All
You're
right.
gonna
He knows.
destroy Kyra's temple?
Hold on. Let me finish my point. All right.
Okay, go
It
ahead.
sounds
Go ahead.
like this guy is a very tactical mind, very
I
strategic.
disagree.
Hold on, a war veteran looks like. All right, he knows a lot about dragons, and it sounds like he's okay with Sidon to continue to dragon his balls all across his face.
I see what you did there. Okay, yeah, I should have.
That was a long one. That was a good one.
That was a good one. That was a good high five.
All right.
And
So
I'm just looking
gonna
at
be
him.
honest
I'm
with
just
you.
like, what's up? What's up?
Okay.
So we understand that you're scared of Saturn. The last.
I am too. It's okay.
Dripping with cowardice at the idea of facing Sidon. It's okay. I'm gonna, as I say that, I'm gonna stand tall, but I'm definitely like checking over my shoulder to see how close Solomon is.
So
I'm
we're
standing there still looking at him with
not
my
gonna
hands
be
like
destroying
with the what's up sign, just like
Okay.
Yeah. I'm the little guy. I'm the little guy that talks a little shit
got
because
a
I know
big
I have a
chin.
big friend.
Got a big chin. It's like a canvas for Sidon.
Okay.
I would tell them about the movements and like the animals splitting sides now, and like basically like letting them know like it doesn't matter what you do, war is coming. Like I'm just gonna let you guys know, one way or the other, whether or not you side with him, he's gonna kill you all. Like so, the only way out of this is to fight him, and the only way to help is to support that which you were saying to destroy. Now, we was also told that we should hold by the rituals to appease Sidon in the Astoria where we just left, and now that city is thriving again. They're opening farmlands, they're starting to do everything. The rain came back. Well, I don't know if the rain came back, that's a blatant lie, but yeah, he just says
Yeah.
I guess he would phrase it as like you know he's a pirate. He'd phrase it as the food flows and the wine flows in that city
Yes.
now, as their freedom has been restored to them for us, taking out the influence aside by also killing or scaring off every single member of the side cult there. Now, me personally, that's my favorite thing to do, and you saw that I put earlier that I was looking at the crowd. I was looking for any symbols for the cult of Sidon.
Okay. Yeah. Just make a perception check for that.
While he's doing that, I
To
just like, hey,
look around.
what's up? Yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, I said it.
All right.
You heard him. You heard him.
Nice. You do see a few people that have like black robes on that look culty, so to speak.
And
But
is it
you're not
similar to the red
sure.
robe person?
No, it's very much not like Gaius was. Like he was he was quite akin in a lot of ways to this soldier guy that has been speaking out for destroying the Temple of the Five. Like he was, a pretty gaudy looking high ranking officer of their army of the city. That's his look. Or was his look, he said. But it's there's a few people that you see, and it does kind of it is a bit more obvious because one of the people that are standing on the dais right next to the king also has those black robes. You do not remember a lot of black robes being worn. You remember like blue and black mixes, like storm symbols a lot, and little like lightning symbols and stuff. For Sidon, you don't really remember like apart from the fact that those that were high ranking in Astoria actually just wore, very fancy armor and very fancy like cloaks and stuff that just looked like they wanted to be seen mostly. But those like normal people just had little symbols of Sidon that tended to be dark in color, but usually if they could make it in some way seemed like blue, there was often some blue in it. And these people here are just black robed. Like, they look a bit like, your standard cultist.
Just shady in general.
Yeah.
I can't really pin them to anything, but like with my current suspicions,
So,
like
with a 15, you definitely it just kind of you just realize that there's quite a few of them. They kind of look a little bit like the like this one guy on the dais as well. These ropes are held together with a golden clasp that looks quite fancy, but doesn't have, at least as far as you can see, any concrete Sidon symbols on them. So yeah, there's one person that kind of stands out on the dais, and some people that look a bit like that person around you.
I would continue the rant a little bit.
Yes.
With that now, because like with that information as well, because now it's more like defiant, and like saying like, because I now want to like bump up Little B and be like, this dragon, small though he may be, like I just know that with his free will and the ability for him to act with us and not for us, has saved us countless times.
Okay.
And I've seen that your dragons here subservient to you and only react to orders.
I
But an
think
intelligent being such as them is able to act as a partner instead of as a tool. You might actually have the balls to stand up and fight. But because you're in charge and you're not working with the best tool you have in your arsenal to its full capability, you're sitting here cowed like little fucking bitches over some light.
I think it was like three, four, maybe five times. I've been counting.
This kind of military looking guy just goes and seems to disregard Esther pretty completely by now. The king just looks like very annoyed at you. Like, yeah, just annoyed. He looks, you know, like
That's pretty
it's
standard
testing
for
his
Esther.
patience, but he also doesn't seem like, yeah, you might not be the one who takes all that seriously right now. He does not seem to really take in your message. You can tell that he's not, you know, taking it that seriously.
And then he'd cap it off with, "We'll fix your fucking problem, but we'll do it our way."
We
Okay.
will
Suffice to
fix
say-
your
The black
fucking.
robed guy, it's a tiefling. You see the horns kind of pressed against the hood. That's, you know, the cloak is actually, he's wearing the hood, but you do see like the just horns kind of sticking up through the hood, or well, underneath the hood, but you do see it. He just kind of makes a tiny step forward. It's really not much. There's a little step, and he doesn't leave that step. And she just goes, well, if we find enough children of the city to take the black robes and dedicate themselves to Lutheria, the Lady of Dreams will treat the children well. They will eat the finest of foods and drink the sweetest of wines. They
Kids
could
can't drink.
appease Poseidon by appeasing Lutheria.
Oh, I don't think so. That's I mean, I'm gonna look over at the king. Your Highness, if it's you're leaving it up to us, we're gonna choose the gods. The Titans lead and try to convince people through murder and lying and deceit and sacrifice. They only ask for blood, and I don't know. It just doesn't seem like the kind of world that I would want to live in. Meanwhile, we've met 3 of the 5 gods, and they were kind, pleasant, helpful. They seemed the kind of people that
Sure.
I,
Which is
if I
also
was to,
cool.
if I was to choose a world to live in, I'm gonna choose the one that the gods seem to present rather than the fear of the Titans.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest. I
The
don't really
young
like.
woman
I
just
don't really
looks
want to
at
wear
you.
black.
That's fair.
Okay,
You know,
that's
it
fair.
would really, you wouldn't look good in it.
No,
You look good in the
I
new
mean,
robe,
let's
though.
be real.
I mean,
Black
you
is
look good in
black is
everything.
alright.
You look good in everything, Shu, and don't sell yourself short.
That's
He's
fair.
just
You have
all in
like-
black and a black and silver cat. Like he's just like, I mean, let's get well. Hold on, now. Black's okay, but like, you know,
So,
it's
Your
about
Highness,
representation.
Your Highness, again, I offer that you know, we help you in good faith, as I am all about faith as a Lord and Protector of Baphomet, and I would like to, you know, extend this offer, but I'm a simple man. If there's one thing that I can't stand in this world, posers. All right. So I will also extend to you an opportunity for you to ask your personal file and rank in truth, in solace, and justice at their word. And I'll basically explain that like in really bad, shitty terms. I'm gonna explain. It's gonna take like 5 minutes me explaining it, like trying to like draw it
Okay.
out. But I'm pretty much offering to cast Zone of Truth right here and now to try to get all of his direct, like, you know, hands to kind of go into the Zone of Truth and
Okay.
admit that they're not followers or supporters of Sidon. I just want to make
Oh,
sure
I
there's
think.
no leaks.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh, I think the word you're looking for is interrogation, Solomon.
No, that's not it. That's not it. It's
No.
like a big circle, and it gets like there's like lights, and it's like fancy,
Aw.
yeah. And it's like, and you can ask them any questions. You can ask them any questions, and they can't lie. And if they do lie, I can try to. Me and my friends here can just kind of keep an eye out, see if they're lying anyway, and I
Oh,
will know if the zone of truth has affected them or not.
I do have 2 eyes.
It's true. So, is this an offer you would like to pick up on in the questions that you have lined up? Because I'm not much of a question man. I just hate posers.
So
Maybe
with
my team could also help with that as well.
You're basically asking him
100%.
to, like, get a potentially truthful answer out of every single one if they are followers of
I
sight.
feel like he's
Not you
asking
yourself.
for a casting of the Zone of Truth.
Not asking you yourself, Your Highness, to go into the zone of truth, but I'm asking if I cast the zone of, can I cast this spell? And you command your commanders to go into it. Guarantee them death if they don't. I'll do it right now. I'll fucking do it. And I look back at the other guy and I go, "What's up?" And
They all look at you as the child they see. Just so you know.
yeah, that's
So-
fine. I think I'm huge, and I think
Yeah.
I think what my friend
and-
would like to find out is to find out who's loyal to the gods and who's loyal to Sidon.
Okay.
in this room.
Acastus kind of takes the word again and just goes, well, you know, the thing is, we tend to be a bit more opportunistic than you might think. We are all fine with the gods being the gods. It's nice that they're there. But realistically, if there's other forces that are more powerful, it is not a good idea to just go square against them, especially as you might have already found out. I think there's a war coming pretty soon, and none of us have a big desire to be the first ones to fall.
They have freedom of religion.
So
I agree.
That's-
But
I
we need to know,
think
if
that's
we're
what
gonna
they
do
do
this
for
task
opportunistic.
for you, if we're gonna do this task for you, we need to know who's on the other side.
I will
Sidon.
grant you the casting of this. I would rather have you just cast something to get the weather situation sorted, if I'm to be very honest here. But if you would like to cast this on my little entourage here, I wouldn't mind as long as you just give us the right decision. We need to decide. As he says that, there's the like young woman that just came in as Acastus already was talking. Just goes, well, by the way, though I'm not entirely sure why we haven't tried what we usually do when the gods are angry or when the titans are angry. There would normally just be a big sacrifice and of,
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh!
of
What is
animals.
guys
with you people?
suggesting animals are, well, at least it's animals this time. We had to
Yeah,
save
I
the
guess
last
that's true, yeah.
sacrifice before like going off and killing a bunch of
Acastus
titans.
just kind of looks at her. Well, you see, at this point, this is a quite big problem, and I think storms like the ones we've been having, we would have to perform a full hackathon, and that would be sacrificing 100 oxen. I am.
Yeah, and then you just be a poser.
I'm
So,
sure that
you know.
would be about half the livestock we have in the city, and it would cost more
Also-
than 10,000 gold pieces. So it is.
It
I
also
don't got
wouldn't work,
no weather
because
spells.
it doesn't matter how many times you sacrifice. Yeah, trust me,
0.
we got you. Here's the thing. You said that you want. I'm pointing at the guy that suggested we destroy the Temple of Five.
Okay.
And I was like, you said that you want to destroy the temple, and that's the only way for this to work out, right?
Well, we know that that would definitely get Sidon to be less angry. We know that he's been angry at this temple more or less since its inception, and it would be a symbol. It wouldn't change the existence of any of the gods. It just means there wouldn't be a temple in Mitros anymore for them. They can be worshipped in anywhere else in the country for all I care.
So then I say to the king, and I said, you said that in order to appease the gods, you would going to have to spend at this rate 10,000 gold worth of oxen in the sacrifice.
Oh,
So
that might work.
it would be very useful for both of you if we were to be able to solve this problem without having to expend such resources and go through such trauma as splitting
Sadly,
the city
we cannot
apart
afford that
individually.
anyway. Yes.
Understandable. But what I do know you have is dragons, so I'm gonna make a bet with you. I will guarantee my services to you as a quarter hand, and trust me, I am rather useful in certain areas. If we are not able to fix this problem, if we are able to fix this problem our way without destroying that temple, you owe me a dragon.
He kind of looks at the dragon that stands. Are you on Delmetria or are you?
I'm sitting on Domitria.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm sitting
so
on
yeah, he
Domitria.
would then just like look down at your dragon, just kind of questioningly look at you.
Oh, this isn't my dragon. This is my dragon. I put my hand on Squix. But we are the Dragonlords, so therefore we
Question
will
marks in his
need
eyes just
more
widen.
dragons.
Okay. As start doing that, could you first of all make a persuasion check for this one? Secondly, you all see the queen just suddenly stand up. She's been sitting on her smaller
God
throne.
damn
Oh,
it.
shit, she's
Can I get
standing.
advantage from Squigs or something?
No, if anything, it would give you disadvantage. So be glad because there's dragons all around you. So it's like a counter argument to your argument that you need a dragon.
She's the crazy cat
I
lady.
don't need a dragon. It's
crazy dragon
I was
cat.
hearing
That's what
them
he is.
saying that they're going to
Yeah.
basically be like enterprising, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
And they're willing to like work with whatever.
Yeah.
And like I was just like, okay, so like if they're like willing to take risks and they want to fix this and please everybody, then I was like, this is like the perfect thing to try and bet a dragon on. Because like their whole city is getting fucked up, and they did call us to fix it. And
Yeah.
so I was just like, man,
Yeah.
what a terrible persuasion roll.
The persuasion roll was really not that good. There's in a way there's still this
Yeah, I
lingering
get the confusion.
kind of not taking you
Understandable.
seriously.
2 dragons.
So-
You're right. I was asking for way too much.
Yeah, so right now it looks like you might not have gone through, but being you, I mean, if you do solve the problem, there's no harm in asking again. Right now you don't feel like he would just say, yeah, of course, I'll promise you any dragon you want or anything like that. What he will say is just, well, I appreciate that you like dragons, with a little bit of a, just looking at all your
I
dragons.
fucking love dragons.
He's telling the
The
truth.
queen just stands up. Akassus tries to like sit her down again, and she just basically just like, goes around, just doesn't even look at him, and goes directly to you, and she's basically talking to Soren. She like stares you in your eyes and talks very directly to Soren, and sometimes goes to Sherwin. She does not really she sees the others as she gets to you, but she's like walking right in front of Soren.
So she like walks past us?
Well, right in front of you. She goes
Fucking
right in front
power
of you.
move. I love her. She's
And
my fucking.
goes like it really feels like she's talking mostly to Soren, which is the one she identified as the grown-up in the party. So
That is sensible. That works.
She just goes, like, she's a very, very beautiful lady. She seems ageless and has a young but also very experienced face. And she just goes, heroes of the prophecy, I greet you. I'm Valus of the Five Gods. For centuries, the people of Mythos have revered me as the goddess of wisdom. Mortal kings once traveled from across the Cerean Gulf, seeking my counsel, but as you can see, my husband prefers to consult with fools and concubines. We gods are
I'll bow
capable.
That's
for it.
me.
I was gonna say, like, he just says, this is the first time a god has addressed them as a god. You know what I'm saying? Like, they've all introduced us as gods, but not acted as a god. She like walks up and is just like,
Yeah.
I'm a god, motherfucker. He just goes, oh, and just
Okay.
bows. He just like he bows. He goes, oh, is it like your grace, your highness, like
Okay.
godliness? That's a lot of syllables. Can I call you Val?
uh, Valos is fine. We
Yes,
gods are capable
Valos.
of saving the city. Join together, the four of us. We can weave a spell to counter Poseidon's magic. Such a miracle will require a sacrifice of our power. I will do what must be done to protect my city, but the others will need to be persuaded. I have summoned Kyra, Pythor, and Vulcan to the palace so that you might speak with them and make them see reason. You're the oracles chosen. They will heed your words, I hope.
I would like to think
Yeah.
we've got at
Uh,
least
And
somewhat
she
good
just kind of looks
relations.
at mostly Soren, kind of glancing at the others.
What about Mitros?
Kyra's going to be here.
Valos. Valos. You said sacrifice of power and then just kind of breezed over it. What does that entail? That seems like a bad thing to do right before a war. You understand what I'm saying?
Um,
What about the
they,
missing goddess?
yeah, exactly. She said the four of us. It's the Temple of the Five,
Where's
and I
Mitros?
think Soren, you would definitely have.
Mitros,
You would
goddess of the dawn?
remember because of your intelligence.
Yeah, I have it in
Um,
my notes.
yeah. Um, Mitros is apparently the one that wouldn't be there. And
But
kind
why?
of uh, you've heard like there's something like in the back of your head. I'm not gonna like repeat something that I think I've said before, but there's something about Mitros sacrificing herself.
If I can say above board, if it helps you, Mitros sacrificed herself so the Dragonlords could succeed.
Yep, she was the one.
If I'm
in
remembering
the in
properly.
the there was a myth that you have like I think Pyro might have been the one that told you. I would have to check my notes.
It was
by the way.
Kyra, yes.
Yeah, in one of your first meetings with her, she told you a story about how Mitros like sacrificed herself in order to basically beat the Titans.
Something
And,
about
like,
diving into a void is what I remember. I don't remember exactly what she did.
yeah,
but-
she did something that forced the Titans to accept the 500-year treaty of peace, basically.
Yeah, because it was her and Balmetria and their writer.
You already
Right,
went
Xander,
to
but
Balmetria's tomb as well.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I was. Wasn't it like the first Dragon Rider and Mitros were the ones that sacrificed themselves, or was it Mitros that sacrificed herself so the Dragon Riders could survive?
Something like that. I'll leave it at that. There was definitely something about that. And you've been to Telamok before, and you've been like you spent a night in the tomb of Balmetria, and you did hear a story about Mitros sacrificing, herself, apparently.
Is it? I might have been summoning the Dragon Riders. I know it was something
Yeah,
that has to do
I'm not gonna tell
directly
you
with
which one it
Dragon
is.
Riders. I was like, can I do a
There is
history check?
Sure, yeah, make a history check. That's
We
fair.
got a big lore drop when we learned about the stolen dragon horde and stuff from the priest.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, it was part of I have a special lore drop that I got given. I could go back through all my messages, but like I don't remember it off the top of my head. That makes sense that my character, who is an asshole and doesn't really think about a lot of things, would remember
It
it.
was either
easily,
the Dragon Lords together or Balmetria alone summon the 5 gods.
Yeah. Exactly. There was
the gods
something-
summoned the Dragon Lords.
No, it's the other way around.
Yeah.
The Dragon Lords summon the gods.
Yeah.
And then the gods pledge to protect the civilized races, which created power.
Okay, yeah.
And then that created balance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I thought
there was
it
this
was.
myth that, you did, I think it was really the first time she ever, like, told you any of her stories, was Kyra telling you how the new gods were summoned.
New gods were summoned. So
versus the Titans, apparently, like,
here's
it's
the
always
thing.
the gods against the Titans kind of thing.
Yeah. So above board, here's the thing. So Dragon Lords are cool, right? But these gods were summoned, and technically, we were summoned to this world.
Well, by definition.
So by definition, we're kind of like gods, right? We're Dragon Lord gods.
I do like your logic. Yeah, no,
So,
I mean,
is it because Mitros isn't here that something has to be sacrificed?
what at least Valos tells you is that the 4 of the gods that are remaining would be enough to basically work a miracle that would counter whatever Poseidon did to make those storms appear over the city.
What would be the
So it sounds like 4 is enough. Yeah,
Then
you
what
asked
would
about
be the
what
cost?
the cost is. Well, in her words, she just said that, I think, I did write that stuff down.
Yeah, you mentioned, as my friend Esther mentioned, something about power.
Yeah, it's basically sacrificing a bit of their power. Or she said it will require a sacrifice of our power. That's her words exactly. And
You're the
Yeah.
goddess of wisdom, so I'd ask your advice. Is that power going to be necessary when we face Sidon?
she kind of looks a bit like this is a question that is one of those rare, like, it seems to be one of those rare ones where she actually does not seem to be able to just give you a straight answer right away. You see this look of, well, I'd like to tell you something here, and she just goes, well, I think it's still a very good chance if we do have the full strength of this city behind us as well. But I cannot honestly tell you. This is new ground. There's nothing in history that could tell me what might happen with this. I am a goddess of wisdom, not of premonition.
Fair enough. Well, I'll look back at everybody else. I vote that we save the city and get the gods to clear the weather.
I just, we'll really need the gods' power. If is this the only way to do this?
That is completely up to you. Like, I don't know.
I mean, we know that we don't have. I mean, I don't have the power to control the weather, and we tried in the last city, we tried to fix things by just taking out Sidon and clearing its influence from the area, and it didn't work. The horn is keeping that
Alright.
whole community alive, so we don't
I
have a
still
second
want to.
horn for here.
I
So
still want to see if one of these assholes knows something in this room. I feel like
say
there's a
Not
sneaky snake poser.
hypothetically,
it's not all their
hypothetically,
power; it's just a portion of their power.
hypothetically, say you were a pirate, right? Pirate, crazy, right? And you had 3 other pirates that were working with you, and you were gonna go out on a job. Now, this job, you all have to be in one area to do one thing, and it's very important for those pirates to be in this spot. And then an explosion happens. Of course, none of the pirates knew this was going to happen, but one just happens to survive. Now, that entire job went very, very well for one specific pirate who also made the entire plan up. Do you understand what I'm getting at?
I'm gonna look
Well-
over at Sherwood. Is he saying he's gonna kill us?
What happened to the other pirates?
Oh,
I think he's.
I'm
is he
just
saying he's
saying
gonna
it's
kill us?
really convenient for all the gods to be gathered in one location that is currently being onslaughted by Sidon. Now, if I were to make a trap, I would make the bait the people the gods trust. And that is us, my friends. So, we have no proof. Apologize if we are wrong. But I don't fucking know if you're a god or not. And I don't
Like, you're
believe you.
telling that to her,
Yeah.
like, directly.
I mean, she
Okay.
looks like Kyra. She looks like Kyra and stuff. She's got that like ageless look.
That's cool, but I talk shit to Kyra too, and Sidon. Like I've talked shit to legitimately every god that I've come across. So for him,
Yeah.
this is a no consequence action.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't see a problem with approaching this way. Like
Yeah.
if he was gonna die for doing it, you know, if like one of them would have like reacted in a way that might have killed him. But we know that the gods need us to carry out their plans. So if she is actually a god, she won't kill me. And if she's not actually a god, she won't say anything.
I think
Yeah.
what my friends are trying to say with the zone of truth and the bringing up an ambush is that they don't necessarily trust everybody in this city. Is there somewhere else that we could gather the gods to do this spell, or does it have to be done here?
We've had a lot of motherfuckers
We
trying to kill
need
us.
all of them in one place, and it would need to be close to where we need the miracle. The traditional way would be to go to the temple.
Miracles can happen anywhere.
Makes sense.
Well, yes, but in our case, it's more like a very intentional thing.
I mean, magic is magic. There's rules.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are the rules of this spell you're trying to cast? This wizard motherfucker over here probably figured it out. I have no idea. I just use nature and it just does magic shit for me. But like he like studied it and shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, in
like
that
if
case-
if you can make it make sense to him, then he can make it make sense to me. Maybe.
Okay.
I think the
Turning
biggest
to
concern is
Soren.
we just have to make sure that the temple is safe enough that you guys feel comfortable bringing the gods there.
Also, there might be a little side note where Kyra is afraid to come near us because we said that we may or may not set a trap
Yeah,
for
I'm
her.
telling you guys.
But
I'm telling you
like
guys.
that
If you
was
don't listen to
underneath a
me,
false guise, and nobody believed her. So
if you don't listen to me, we gotta
There's
make sure
that.
there's no posers. No posers in this room.
I mean, I fully
why are you so
agree with
obsessed
you.
with posers?
Like we should just cast, just do the thing. Just do the
Acatus
thing.
didn't say no, so if you would like to, yeah,
He said you're fine to
you
do
have
it.
to go ahead to do
I hold the axe up again.
it.
And as soon as you cast it, as the bubbles like going out, I want to grab one of the fucking cloaked people if I can.
Just
and,
like a random one,
yank
or
'em.
the tiefling from the dais?
The tiefling
Alright.
from the dais.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna grab,
I'm very
and
much
I want to try
unfazed
and
by
yank her as the spell activates to try and give her disadvantage on the save.
Well, no, hold on. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Because
Okay.
I'm gonna cast. How many people are in this room currently?
With all the just like, you know, people working there, it's probably around like 40 or so. Like it's
40,
a lot
perfect.
of people just standing in the city, in this like at the sides of the like next to a column or somewhere in the shadow. The more important ones, if you just count, you know, the front area and those that are more visible and obviously important in some way, that's like below 10 because
All right,
there's
so
the king.
this is how this is gonna work. All right, this lasts for some amount of time. It's 10 minutes. I can put I'll put this in the thing. So basically, Zone of Truth lasts 10 minutes. But the thing is, it's not just one save. It's every time they enter the sphere or anytime they end their turn. Or first time
Yes.
or a turn starts. So we can basically have a person stand in the zone of truth and I know if it's working
Yeah,
or not.
you
So I
can do
can
it
wait
turn
until
by
they
turn, yes.
fail. I can wait until they fail a save.
You can, if they are,
You
you know,
guys-
it depends a bit. You might
yeah,
have to
just
chase.
wait people out.
You might have to chase some of them around the room then, because you know they might
No,
or
if
might
they're
not
king, if
know
they're king
magic.
Game of cat and mouse, you motherfucking know it.
hold on. If their king is saying that they need to go in
They
there,
have to go. Yeah,
then
you'll just have to see how,
that's
you
why I
know.
asked his
Yes.
permission. So
Yes.
I would want to go from the hierarchy down, I would assume, okay,
Mhm.
because I'm not a smart character, but I would assume that we would go from the bigs down to the smalls, having them stand in there until they failed. And you can
Mhm.
dictate this however you want. I know I'm being super cheese right now. I'm sorry. I'm not trying
Oh,
to be
that's
like super
fine.
meta.
No, it's fine.
But I'm just trying to
You're-
weed out if there's anybody that's gonna like tip Sidon off
Yeah.
Yeah,
to this thing.
I'd start with her. Be like, and you're first. Grab her ass.
So Valos is first.
No, I don't think Valis. I don't think we should put
No,
Valis in
her.
first.
No, not the god.
tiefling.
The
The fucking
tiefling.
tiefling. The cloaked
Well,
tiefling chick.
I mean, I wouldn't we start with the hierarchy of what the king says?
Yeah, you said that for sure.
I have to step away, but so the
As the
DC is low. The DC is
grabs the
13.
chick.
The DC is
13, okay.
13, but I mean it's 10 minutes and it's every round, so it's every
And it's
6
charisma.
seconds,
Okay.
and it's charisma.
Yeah.
So
All
I
right.
gotta step away for a minute, but I'll be back.
Okay.
Good luck. Good luck.
Thanks. All right.
I
So
used to fail my save. I would
yeah,
like to
you
grab her
can-
and pull her into the circle.
you can absolutely like choose to fail yourselves. That's fine, or not choose to fail. That's also up to you. Yeah. So yeah, wherever you want to start. I mean, the order might or might not make a difference. It depends a little bit. You tell me who you like actively want to make talk to you while in the zone of truth.
I will voluntarily fail because my whole everything is just going to be like looking and using my perception to try to like see if anybody's like running.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to be obnoxiously asking questions.
Yeah.
Very blatant and very honest from Esther. So, first I want to grab her, then I want to point out each of the other people that I thought was suspicious in my previous perception check to the rest of the
Yeah.
party. Specifically now knowing Sherwin is going to be looking through people, be like, don't let them leave. And I point them all out.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I want to be
you
like,
know, that'll work.
and then I just want to be like, where does your fucking allegiance really lie? You a side follower? Are you here with the gods? Are you here for yourself? Because I want to kill you either way. I mean, I'll kill you if you're a Sidon follower, which is also true.
If both
Man,
is true, though.
I
and
guess
that
this
is
kind of makes sense if we just went
worrying too.
loyalist. If we went loyalist to protect the temple, then we do need to know who's loyal.
Yeah. Okay. So, but your question to that black cloaked tiefling would basically be like, what is the exact phrasing of the question?
I want to say, who are you truly loyal to? If you're loyal to Sidon, I will kill you. If you are loyal to the gods and the kingdom, I will spare you.
Okay.
If you are willing to shift your allegiance to the winning side, I will also kill you.
Okay. Interesting. You, I guess, will first need to that guy. That let me check because he's got stats as far as I know prepared, so I can actually do the roll. Yeah.
And specifically the tiefling, I was trying to like yank and like jostle or something to try and like throw them off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'll just roll a d20 and not tell you what. Like, I'll specifically not roll from the stats, so it's still like halfway secret. But he roll like the roll is a 4. Just so you have a
All right.
baseline.
And then yeah, that's the question I would ask.
The tiefling just kind of stumbles forward. Seems to be kind of a lithe guy, not exactly the strongest out there, but does not just stumbles for a second and just catches himself, still gets into the circle, and basically goes. My allegiance doesn't align completely with either of those anyway. I am.
So
I'm
you're
a man of books and scrolls.
in it for yourself,
And
huh?
I love the scholarly life. My allegiance is, in some way, you could say, wisdom.
Well, mine too.
So, as an advisor to the king, what would your cause be to support one side or the other, and your argument for each?
I do. I would like to see how this plays out. I would like to survive. And I'm always eager to learn more. But that is all I can say, really.
So you are not going to answer the question.
There's no further answer from him. Just kind of looks at you and, like, with pretty piercing eyes, just tries to figure you out. You kind of feel like he's trying to figure out what you really are. And you see him also look closely at your companions. There's a few seconds he tries to figure out what Solomon really is.
Is this the dragging my these nuts across the chin guy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured. All right. Well,
yeah, it is. That is who it is.
I'm just
I-
still standing there, just going, "What's up? Yeah, what's up?"
I put my hand on the hilt of my sword, and I
Mhm.
said, "I made a promise, and I'll tell you one thing about me: is I do never go back on my promises. I'll give you one more chance, my friend."
Make an intimidation roll, please.
He does
While you
he
do
does
that-
kill people.
While you do
I
that,
know. He doesn't.
I got a question. I got a question for this guy. Yeah,
Mhm.
what's up? What's up, man? What's up? Answer the question.
13.
What's up?
Not too shabby.
Yeah, super strong for my +1.
Yeah, definitely. He looks like between the two of you. Uh, Solomon seems to almost, you know, disarm him a bit with this, just with his randomness in a way. And he just kind of, with still looking more at Solomon now, just goes, I think I might survive you.
Uh-oh.
We'll find out, won't we?
I
Just fucking
Yeah.
close this down.
Sherwin just
I mean, that's all up
audibly
to you there, friend.
uh-oh.
I mean, that's all up to you, my friend. Justice is swift, all right. I am strictly the hammer.
Can I cast find traps?
Sure, yeah.
Cool.
You got all the stuff for it, then go ahead and cast Find Traps.
So I'm sorry, I stepped away. They asked him if he was a follower. That you guys asked if he was a follower of Poseidon, right?
He did a kind of like
He
went,
avoided
you know,
the question. He specifically did not answer in a
Yeah.
way that gave me an answer.
And the king was there.
Which
and the
in
king
this
probably...
situation was the only way that you would answer that question without fucking compromising yourself. As a professional criminal, like, I know what he's doing. I'm
Yeah,
like,
but
oh,
also
What are
they're
those rolls mean?
They're aware of the spell. They know what the spell does as soon as they're affected by it. So you know.
yeah, and you blatantly said that this is what we're doing. Like, if you're in this area, you will be fucking answering honestly. And he refused to answer the question, which makes me immediately believe he's a fucking liar and a thief.
I just love the idea
fucking
that
his
when
ass up.
I just love the idea that this guy that he really hates me brings this up, and just in his head he's just like fuck. It's just like shit.
Yeah.
What are you
So,
doing, Esther? What the?
I think Esther is actually attacking him, right? Is this what happens?
Oh, 100%. I fucking whip out my sword with the out slash up, down slash down.
We'll see where this goes.
Yeah.
Oh god.
You
I think
seem
we're all
to-
just standing there shocked. We're just like,
Yeah.
what?
I'm looking for
you
arrow
see,
traps.
Like, you know, in a just there's a like little flash of a cat just kind of lunging forward and just using a short sword.
I promised him that I was going to fucking kill him if he didn't give me an answer, and he just straight up did not give me an answer. So this is not my fault. Also,
I mean,
side note, my claws count as a weapon, and so therefore I can use my claws as an offense.
You can, yes. And you do. And
that was damage. I should have rolled attack. My bad.
yeah. Okay. So you
Vape shit on.
just
That one doesn't work.
plunge you get into him. You still, you rolled the 23 would still stand, right? And the Drake companion goes on top anyway. So that's
Yeah, the
still
23 and the 24 for the first two hits.
yeah. So you have those, and then you have the cat's claws. Your short sword hits definitely. I mean, that's pretty good anyway. So that part, you just see him slash into the sky. He's kind of surprised himself. And takes the damage. I mean, there's not all that much else I can say right now.
After I finish the last slash, I would just go, all right, how you looking? Because it's coming again.
Dude, you were in the zone of truth. You could have said, "It ain't no lie."
Yeah.
It would have been such a good line.
You see just like a little puff of silvery mist, and the guy is now 30 feet away from you, behind the soldier guy at the dais.
I see him pop back,
So you
and
can
I'm
take
like,
damage.
I say, perfect, and I sheath my sword
Okay.
as I'm reaching for my bow.
Okay. He stands there, apparently bleeding slightly. Looking at you with there's some murderous intent in his eyes. Like, you see he would like to just return the favor.
Come on then, motherfucker.
And he will. I mean,
I would say for the most part, the rest of the party doesn't understand why I did that.
no.
Because for him, he knows the blatant just leaving out of a truth, because legitimately he's been doing that to Sherwin for years. You know what I'm saying? He tells him the truth, not the whole truth.
Yeah.
You know? Like, yeah, this guy got hurt really bad. He really But that's that. What happened? It was a fight. It wasn't because, we were just robbing this ship and, you know what I'm saying? All this other shit. He's just, knows this guy is leaving stuff out. He's refusing to answer the question. And that for him is just a giveaway that he is bullshit.
Yeah, that's fair. He just kind of looks like with this murderous intent at you. Let me see if that. I think I'm okay right now. At least looks like it.
Oh, you're fine. He went robot.
Yeah, Esther's going
it's
to
just
robot.
Esther, right? Okay. Just checking if it's my connection. But it's been
Alright, I'm back now. I couldn't hear what you were saying. I heard a bunch of robot, and then I'm pretty sure my fucking shit was like, eh.
Yeah, I did that again. He, you do definitely feel like you just made a pretty intense enemy here. But he just kind of, sideways standing behind this other person at the dais, just kind of holding the wound but not really reacting to it otherwise, taking it with quite a lot of grace in a way. You do definitely see, there's a look, if looks could kill, you would probably just be dead right now. He's really, 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 you've got a big
I
target
definitely just be like, all right, and go over there too. So, gonna answer the question or not? He puts his sword away, let's reach for his bow.
The next thing you do see is him kind of do, as you step up to him, he takes out a little from a little bit of from a pouch. He takes out a little thing, slightly gleaming, and holds it in his hand and does a little bit of a something wizardry.
Coming breaking up with that.
Okay.
Do we get a
And there's a shimmering barrier just springs up from around him.
Dun dun dun.
I'm still
Alright.
here, so that's good.
Yep.
What
is the barrier?
Say something now.
Yeah, you sound better. So do you hear me?
Okay, I can hear you great. That's great.
Good. So there's, as you get, like, the time you use to get to him is exactly the time he needs to make some kind of you just see a shimmering little, like, barrier kind of thing pop up around him.
I wouldn't be approaching him to attack. I would threaten him while reaching for my bow.
Yes. Like, he just does that. No matter if you go to him or not, you see there's like almost like a bubble appearing around him. It does get very see-through, but there's now a bubble around him, and he just looks at you in hatred.
Did he just cast fear of invulnerability above board? I shoot at it. I'm gonna shoot at it. But, like, as a player, I'm pretty sure this isn't gonna work.
While all this is going on, Solomon's gonna go, oh my god. Nyx, please?
Yeah,
into the circle,
yeah,
please?
exactly.
Nyx.
Yeah, the arrow wouldn't penetrate that barrier.
Nyx.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
Like, son of a
Your
bitch.
Highness.
Your Highness, tell him to come back in this goddamn circle.
Just Nyx.
He, like, the tiefling slowly leaves. Like, he just walks very measuredly off, like, somewhere behind the dais. There's a few.
I just, like, point off. I'm like, you're just gonna let him walk away? He just didn't answer any questions in the circle. You're just gonna let him walk away?
I mean, we're all gonna notice, and it's fine.
Yes, yeah, you definitely notice.
Alright.
I remember that. Don't worry. I'll figure out when you sleep.
Who do you want to take next into the circle? We'll kind of have to probably pause the game there, but I would really like to know who you take in there next.
I mean, again, I mean, we're kind of like. I mean, my plan was to ask the king, like, highest rank, working down from there. But I don't know. What's the party think?
Come on, well, come on, Your Highness.
That, but you can still ask the king to step in if you would like to. It's just, who do you want to ask to come?
Esther's just like pacing and cursing now.
I mean, Sherwin said the king, so we would say. I guess I would actually say. Your Highness, it seems like you have some posers in your ranks. So anybody that has nothing to hide, just walk into the circle and show us your true colors. Don't be a poser.
I'm green.
And then Sherwin's gonna ask the king to actually step in.
Okay. Yeah. He will step in to the circle and look at you with a little bit of a, like, there's a certain sourness about the fact that you're apparently mistrusting the king.
Yeah, so we said if you have nothing to hide. And by the way, I'm looking at him like this. I have like the periscope to my eyes, just both my hands.
Okay. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he is in the circle. I mean, if you want to ask him a few quick questions, we can do that. I'll have to start working soon, but if it's depends.
Get him, Sherwin.
If
Uh,
you know what to ask, do it now.
uh,
Or think for a week.
are you? Do you know why you were in my dream, Mr. King, sir?
He just looks at you with uh, a lot of relief and just goes, "No."
Do you have you ever seen me before?
No, I have not.
And
Do
we'll wait, by the way.
have I have you ever talked to Sidon before?
He looks at you and just goes, "Have you?"
Well, yes, yes, I have.
That's
uh,
interesting.
but what about you?
Well, so he kind of goes. Let me check through how the spell
I
works.
feel like I should
'Cause his
include that the reason he talked to Saida was because of a curse. It was against his will. It wasn't a like he sought it out.
By the way, I feel like Sherwin
Okay.
looks at me because I know if he's affected by the circle of truth or not. So like I'm doing like the lie detector thing where I have the periscope up and I look at Sherwin and I like nod like yeah, he's telling the truth. You know what I mean? Type deal.
Okay. Okay. You would know it was a 13, right? For
Yes,
the
and
spell.
we have time.
13
We have
is
we have
being
time to
affected.
wait.
Um, he would like on this first attempt, he would not be affected by it. You
Okay,
would know
and
that.
so I would tell Sherwin like doesn't
Doesn't matter right now. Okay,
yeah.
yeah. So you kind of
Talk about cats and
shake your head.
churches for a little while.
Let's just wait.
And then,
Let's just
like,
wait.
10 seconds later, you just, like, give him the nod and be like,
This
and
is so
so
messed
about.
up. I'm so
Okay,
sorry, Archie. This is messed up.
this is totally fine. I mean, you do have a few minutes to do this, so you're. All I will do is I'll say that the tiefling conversation that cost you about, let's say it was 2 minutes. So we
Okay.
would have 8 again. So depending on how difficult you make the next few questions, you have a different amount of people you can ask after.
I'm gonna say, Sherwin, let's just wait until I know that he's telling the truth. And I'll just wait and just stand there with my periscope.
Okay. Okay, cool.
We're just
Yes,
waiting for a
would you like
natural
to
one.
like get yeah, so you would wait and nope, he rolls too high. I'm rolling, for me right now because I don't want to tell you what his stats are
That's fine.
exactly. And with so many rolls,
100%.
this would definitely happen. But then he does fail. He just failed.
And then I
How many
periscope comes
minutes are
down, I
left?
slap it down, and I look at Sherwin and
It
I
took a
nod.
minute to make him fail.
Okay, so we're down to 7.
Yes.
So have you ever talked to Sidon? I definitely have.
He
Can I
kind of
push an orb of invulnerability?
Let this
the
happen.
guy is gone unless you went after him. Like
Oh,
he
he's like
vanished.
gone?
Yeah, he
Okay,
walked out very measuredly and like seemingly he tried to make it look like he's just sauntering out, that kind of thing.
I kind of wanted to see if I could just roll the orb of invulnerability
It's an
back into
interesting
the
idea.
circle. I was like,
It
I
is an
can't,
interesting idea.
but you're going over here.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I'll
You
just
wouldn't
wait.
be able to right now, but if you meet him again, you can absolutely try that.
It's
We'll meet him
gonna be
again.
in my head for next time. Well, we will meet him again. I can fucking guarantee you that. I would like to do a check of some sort in order to memorize this man's face.
Yeah. Um, the king, as you asked the question, just goes, well, I might have talked to pretty much all of the gods and titans in some kind of trying to figure out what to do with the city, waiting for an answer.
I'm sorry. Is that a yes or a no? Have you
I'm
spoke directly to
sure.
Sidon?
What do you mean by directly?
I mean, did he kidnap you and take you to his little house with the water outside the windows? And did his daughter threaten to beat you up? Because that's what happened to me.
No, I don't think I've got. I got threatened to be beat up by Sidon's daughter. No.
Okay, so
Did
now
you get offered a deal?
did you talk to Sidon one my, by yourself?
By myself? You mean with my own words?
Well, I don't know how you'd talk with somebody else's words.
um, he goes, well, yes, I did. In as much as you talk to any of the higher entities in this realm?
Are you a praying man, Your Highness?
Occasionally, maybe.
and
But I
and
do like to think that I'm very much capable of solving a lot of problems myself.
well, as a king should, as a king should. Now, who when but when, so when you do pray, uh, who do you pray to?
Well, I'm not a regular praying sort of person. I do have a very nice dragon, though, that I adore deeply.
I kind of like mosey on over to him, like
Hmm.
not no arm pumping. This is just a
Okay,
casual
just casually.
hands behind the dump
Yeah.
truck walk.
High
Uh,
speed gut scuffle.
and I just kind of like go over to like right next to him, and I look over at Esther. I'm like,
Hmm.
that guy's gonna shoot you if you don't say
Jesus.
if you don't tell the truth here. So I'm just gonna ask you.
Staring at the door and like about to come to the conclusion that guy's not fucking coming back, and he's just like, "Well, fuck.
Yeah.
I
So
guess it's on to the next one."
is see so we need a solid answer. It's one way we can do this with words, or we can do this with you not saying nothing, and look what happened to the other guy. He's mad now. He's mad. You see him pacing back and forth.
I am very honestly convinced that right now, whatever he wanted to try, I am sure I could make him stop. And it
Well,
might be detrimental to his health, to be very honest, because, you know, there's the thing where when you're the king, you don't only command people to do things because of your wisdom and your just overview over the grandest scheme of things. As I told you, I do, of course, try to consult with as many entities as I possibly can to make the city greater than it is today, every day. And my main focus right now, to be very, very honest, is that I don't like being in the situation where the city is being burnt to the ground piece by piece every day. If
it,
we could please come back to the actual problem that we have at hand, I would be very happy.
your,
But I've also
your
learned that
Majesty,
this cat likes dragons.
your Majesty. I hear that you're out here trying to make Metros great again, but what what see here's the thing. See, we don't do the whole like wet weather magic thing. That's not really what we do.
That is
That's
a big shame, to be honest.
it's
I was really hoping you would be a bit more of a help in dealing with this.
well, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I see. I thought you would be a lot more help here And you see this right here. This is it's the circle of trust. And right now you're not being very trustworthy. You're in there and you're talking and but see the words that it's like you're at a dance. You know, you're at a dance and you're feeling the music and you're getting real groovy with it and your dump truck's moving and it feels good. But really you're not going anywhere. You're staying in the same spot. You're not going from one side of the dance floor to the other. You're just kind of dancing around in
Your
little
feet haven't
circles.
even moved at all.
We're not
Well, I do
we're not
like
feeling it
to
in your hips
keep
right
my
now.
secrets, to be honest. I am fine with you asking me questions here, but I will not answer every single one, mainly because this is my city and I will determine which information is pertinent to this and what I want to keep to myself. And there's a lot that, as a ruler, I have to be careful about talking to someone, even if they perhaps are some kind of a hero. I'm.
Our heroes,
Look,
definitely the
your
Dragonlords.
your Majesty,
Probably the saviors of this entire
your
universe.
your,
It's just what we do.
your Majesty. I'm just I'm gonna say you can leave the circle now. I just want you to know I'm not mad. I'm just a little
Just
I'm just a
disappointed.
little disappointed in you. That's all. I assumed the
Disappointed.
king would be.
He answered all the questions, right?
I assumed the king would be would be would be a good person.
I'd assume
He
Lester's
steps
tuning
out of
back
the
in.
circle and then just kind of goes. Well, you know, the thing with magic like that is that you do get people's defenses up quite a bit. And he just kind of sits back down at his throne. So, yeah.
So
That went
this
well.
is supposed to be a friendly exercise where we find out if there are
got
breaches
to
in
investigate.
your security.
I spread my
Yeah.
arms wide open and start singing Creed.
Okay.
And then he
acquired
teleports to the
another
dragon.
robed figure.
All right, are we pushing it off till next time?
I think, yeah, you might, you can think about.
Probably for the best.
So after all that, we go back to the old plan, right? We get the gods together to
Well, we still have
take out the
6
weather.
minutes. Oh,
like
6 minutes.
the zone of truth.
Yep. So
I
we
mean,
can
it just
still
seems like it's
question.
pretty straightforward, right? We got 4 gods. We get them together. We make sure we protect them. That's what our role is, and the gods trust us. So that
Problem is now
creates
they
a
know our
necessity
plan.
for us.
Now they
Well,
know our plan.
The gods are the only people that could go against Sidon anyway. So, like, if Sidon doesn't think at some point the gods are going to team up to undo something he's doing, then he's a fool.
Wait, I thought we was gonna kill Sidon.
I was hoping that
we are
use
going
the
to,
zone-
in the end, we'll kill
He
Sidon.
like
But
fully raises his hand too. He's just like, wait. I
But
thought-
remember, like according to the Oracle, we are supposed to board a ship with some kind of strange bronze device and then sail to go defeat the Titans. We just need to be able to solidify.
Oh my
this
god!
first.
Oh my god! Oh my god! You know what's cool about airships is their navigating components are made out of bronze.
Oh, there was some. I do have a weird drawing that Kyra helped us out with from back in the day. But all that said, we just need. This is just a step on our journey. We just need to make sure we solve this problem. Right now,
we
the Sidon's trying to burn
Definitely
this
need to
place
solve
down.
this problem.
Yeah.
Sidon's trying to burn
I'll
this
let
place
you
down. We have a
discuss-
solution. We just need to protect
Yeah.
the gods while
Yes.
they do their work.
I really thought Zone of
It's
Truth
an
was gonna
option.
go a bit different. You know, I really thought we were just gonna find out, make sure everybody was like, not supporting Sidon, and if anybody was, we would just kick them out of the room. But hey,
I mean, he
life
did
happens.
leave the room.
I think the big part of the problem is that right now there's not really like a morality assigned to who you're turning to. Everybody is just in. This is like Ragnarok. Some people are praying to Odin, some people are praying to Loki, but everybody's really just wanting help, right? They're just wanting hope.
Yeah.
So if we create an avenue of hope in one direction, people will come around. But I think that's more of the direction we're going here. It's not like we're trying to root out the traitor. We're not an inquisition. We're trying to create hope in the gods so that people will turn to the gods instead of siding.
For that specific instance, it was that he found a way to lie to Esther in a zone of truth. It was legitimately that he was just like, answer these questions, and the guy was just like, no. And he was just like, fuck you, answer these goddamn questions. And the guy was like, no. It's like,
I really thought I had a clutch play going.
fuck you. He just like,
the potential was there. The potential was there.
It's like whipping out a polygraph test at a party. Like, man, I'm drinking. I'm not trying to fucking have you ask my deepest, darkest secrets and know whether I'm telling the truth or not.
Find out.
We still have a couple minutes left.
Find out next time on Dragonlords of Baffonery. You guys are the greatest.